Hello and welcome to Fresh Face Comics, the comic book podcast where a lifelong comic book reader guides his friends through the world of comics for the first time. My name is Joey Morgan, the aforementioned lifelong reader. With me as always is Jacob Licklider, the aforementioned newbie.
Sometimes there are places like home that are better than home.
Do tell, Jacob. Tell me more. Tell me all about what you mean by that intro as we talk about Alias, Volume 2, Come Home.
Come home!
Continuing our Jessica Jones coverage on Fresh Face Comics today, we are talking about Volume 2. This is issue numbers 11 through 15. It's going to be a much shorter episode today. Although who knows, because 9 issues took us 2.5 hours to talk about last time. So let's see how this goes. Joining us as always to talk about, or as always, same as last time, to talk about more Jessica Jones. We have our wonderful friends rejoining us. First off, Mason.
That's right. I'm taking a break from reading Wheel of Time to come talk about my favorite comics, my favorite people.
Legend. What are you doing with your arms right now? It's
what? Can you guys not do this?
I guess not. I don't think I have. No, I literally don't. Okay. I don't think I do.
I'm so sorry. I really hate to do visual bits. So what I'm doing is I'm literally holding my arms, or I'm bending my arms to I'm bending my arms in front of me on a table to the point where my elbows are facing outwards. And so it looks like I'm bending them backwards.
I don't think I can do that. I don't know. Anyway, continuing our guests. I don't know. Just continue talking about Jessica Jones with us. Of course, as always, I did it again for the second time now. Rachel.
Hello, I'm here.
We are starting this episode with an energy.
Energy.
God, kicking off our non-spoiler section first, as always. I tossed it over to Mason and Rachel last time. Jacob, what is Alias Volume 2 Come Home about?
Jessica investigates the missing persons report. That is quite literally the arc. And it's good, mostly. It's a little bit in the middle there for one very brief second. But
I think you're wrong, but all right.
It is also, I'm going to be honest, so weird the way Marvel has collected this, right? Like, in the regular trades, at least
Absolutely.
A little bit. Like,
I agree.
Like, trade 1 is 9 issues. This is just 5. It is such a thin book. Like, this is a really thin book. So, the fact that they call Alias Volume 1, or just Alias. Now, this is Alias Come Home. Like,
yeah, it's strange.
Alias Investigates was right there for the first volume. Like,
yeah. But I mean, whatever. Early 2000s, still publishing companies still figuring out how to do just regular trades. When we decided we were going to
also deciding to add the covers in this one, whereas they weren't there in the last one. Like,
that's what it's about. I don't know. There's not much more to add than that. But Rachel and Mason, any sort of non-spoilery thoughts?
Would you like to go first? No, please. After you.
The trouble of having two guests on is that there's going to be crosstalk.
Love it.
I forgot that the comic I was reading was in the Marvel Universe until the end of the first issue.
You know what? That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah,
there is
it's not criticism. It's not a criticism.
That's true. Yeah, that is an interesting thing between like the arcs we covered last time in Volume 1, where in the ways that Bendis writes, including Jessica Jones in the Marvel Universe. Whereas last time the two arcs we did are like, let's talk about specific characters in the Marvel Universe. This is more like telling a regular investigative story in the Marvel Universe of just being like, what's just a regular thing that people acknowledge is in the Marvel Universe, and we can just tell a mystery about. And I find that really interesting.
And let's be honest, this is one where that specific thing is a very specific allegory. Like,
of course.
At least in terms of this arc, is a specific allegory. It is. Yeah. Let's be honest, not always as specific an allegory, but here we're in 2002 America.
Oh, I can't wait for Jigga to work at 9/11 again. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I
can't wait. He's going to do it again. I just know it.
I do feel like it's a little cheating for you to be the one to bring it up, saying that Jacob will bring it up.
Well, he was gonna do it anyway, and I figured I would just jump the gun on it. You know.
You know what? You're right.
All right. Look. Listen. we've already had discussions about how I get myself into these goddamn situations
What
where there's.
about how you're a gun loving Trump supporting 9/11 conspiracy theorist?
I thought you were going to say gun building, but okay.
Gun building? Well, see, there was also the bit in
Okay, wait, no, hold on.
Wait, there was also the bit in that Iron Man episode where this first happened, where I said that you yourself were a gun. I don't know if you remember this.
Also, wait. Gun building, Jacob. Are you implying that 9/11 was caused? Were shot?
Mason starting to cut out a little bit there was the funniest thing that could have happened.
No,
I did think for a second you were just going to say, are you trying to say that 9/11 was caused?
Are you trying to say that 9/11 is like?
Are you trying to 9/11 right now, Jacob?
9/11 Dark Side. Wait, is 9/11 Dark Side? Wait,
9/11 is gay.
I'm now imagining Final Crisis with like Osama bin Laden or something.
Hey, that's Final Crisis as written by Frank Miller.
That's true.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is Frank Miller in the Marvel offices. Like, okay,
yes,
guys.
Yes.
Whoever did a Death in the Family.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Mason, any non-spoilery thoughts on Alias Volume 2?
I liked it. I really liked it. I like what they did with the allegory of aliases and identities. I think it's it was a very poignant read for me, and I like mostly where it all went, and I also there's also a little like very singular moments, especially towards the end, that I love just as much. So yeah.
It's a good one.
Also,
shall we get into some? Oh yes, Rachel.
Just because I didn't actually say.
Oh, sorry. I totally cut you off.
No, you're good. I said a thing, and then I was like, oh, I didn't actually say how I felt about it overall, which I did also really like it. I would say of the 3 arcs, this is definitely my favorite, and I would say probably the strongest. Although I have one criticism that I'm sure we'll get to eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure. Shall we get into some Blue Sky questions?
Yeah.
Let's start off with the bit. Okay, we have a lot of submissions for the bit today. All right. So few of them are Doctor Who anymore, and it's a real shame.
It's most of them are It's Always Sunny and
SpongeBob apparently.
Well, it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
That is true. But kicking off with our Doctor Who portion of the bit, from our friend Andrew. Andrew doing art says home ? With one of those Doctor Who quote social media posts that says you changed your face and you found me. Do you know why? No, to come home. It's the portrait Doctor Donna.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like that one. That was funny.
I should have done a bit reply. I could have.
I want to start doing it.
A screenshot from the Supernatural episode Home.
Oh god.
Oh no.
When we start seeing this in the even Supernatural, no, I don't need this shit.
Here's the thing. It's going to go to a thing. It's going to eventually hit a cultural touch point that neither of us are familiar with, and that's the day the bit dies because.
That's when I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start pulling things out that neither of you are going to know.
God. I will specifically watch the things that you were submitting for in order for me to have a familiarity with them.
Is that a promise?
Yes. Our friend Jamie
right.
at Jamie-Season 7 also says Ant-Man ? With a picture of from Doctor Who Planet of Giants of Ian and Susan looking at an ant.
I like that one.
It's, once again, no, the Zarbi are the Ant-Men, Jamie.
Jamie also submits Jessica Jones ? With a picture of Dee Reynolds from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, smoking and drunk, and Jamie also submits Daredevil ? Daredevil has nothing to do with this volume, or I guess the tiniest bit, does. tiny bit. But it's a gif of Mac from Always Sunny doing some ninja flips and fighting people.
That's funny.
Our friend Kian the Quark says Jessica Jones ? With a Pepe Sylvia Charlie Day meme. So there's that. Kian submits Ant-Man ? With a picture of Plankton from SpongeBob. And then oh god. Kian asks, "Come?" question mark with a picture of Dennis Reynolds from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, coming, and yeah, that's sure. Our friend Rose Panda at Joey Can Read This submits Alias question mark with a video of Miss Piggy singing a song called Alias.
Ad for the Muppets Wizard of Oz, of all things. Like,
is that it for the bit? There was so much this time, and so few of it is Doctor Who, and it's blowing my mind. It's not in a good way. Okay. Back to on to regular questions. Andrew says, "Do you plan on covering any more Marvel Max series? What about Marvel Knights? There are other adult geared label from the late '90s / early 2000s. I mean, hey, it could happen. Could happen someday.
haven't you read Punisher Max? I think you've read Punisher
Max. I've read Punisher Max. I've read a few Marvel Max titles. Yeah, there are options for the future, and hey, maybe we'll cover them. So obviously I won't say too much. Let's not potentially spoil future episodes either within this block or later down the line, but
they are specifically on the table.
Yeah, they're on the table. Andrew also asks, other than the title character, are there any standout characters in this run?
Not yet.
I mean, I love personally the way that Carol Danvers is portrayed in this run.
Yeah, but she's only had like two appearances.
So far we've only had like 2 proper scenes with her. But I like what Bendis does with her.
Because let's be honest, so much of the first volume was focused directly on Jessica and who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd argue this one is as well.
Obviously, we're all huge Malcolm fans around here.
Oh my god.
God, fucking Malcolm. I love him in this season 1 of the show, though. Like he's so
good. Ika Darvel, it truly makes that character. Yeah, Mason and Rachel, any characters that you particularly enjoy from the run so far?
Oh man, I mean, I really like the character who showed up at the very end of the one that we're talking about today. I really liked his appearance, and I do kind of hope it goes somewhere, just because it was a very nice dynamic. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Do you have any, Rachel?
I feel like for me, in terms of like just kind of overall, I feel like the closest thing would be Matt Murdock, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
That's a good one. One.
Also, just for great individual Marvel superhero scenes, I love Captain America's scene in Volume 1. His big talk with Jessica at the end of that first arc. But
that's fair. Yeah. It's really interesting that this volume doesn't do a whole lot with like characters, like in terms of like overarching characters. It is nicely standalone, and
it's a very isolated arc. I do like
which isn't a bad thing, because like let's be honest, there wasn't even a guarantee for Bendis that he would get the 28 issues that he got.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bendis is lucky that the character took off in the way that she did, honestly. And we're all the better for it. Next set of questions comes from our friend Kian. Says, do you think first off, Jacob Kian says, Jacob said I should ask some questions about Jessica Jones, but I don't have any serious ones. So the questions he submits are as follows. Do you think Jessica could work out who Bubba is? I think the answer is yes, obviously, right?
Oh,
Jessica would have the footage. Jessica would have the footage.
Oh, totally.
Jessica already knows.
I
think Jessica was there.
I would pay her for the footage.
You would pay her for the footage.
To know badly enough, she could absolutely find out.
Absolutely. Keen also says, hypothetically, how far do you reckon she could yeet you? Probably pretty far. She has superpower. She has superpowers. I would imagine she could yeet me pretty far. Yeah.
As far as I deserve. That's my answer.
Do you think you could beat Jessica in a drinking contest? Absolutely not. Hands down. No way.
I don't think I could beat anybody in a drinking competition.
I don't drink, so I would be shocked.
Yeah.
I think I built up the strongest tolerance of the four of us here, and no, I don't think I could do it. There's no way. Keen, just clarify for us. The drink of choice is whichever alcohol comes to your mind when you think of her. I'm thinking, I don't know. She seems like a whiskey girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be appropriate.
Yeah. Then we have a final set of questions here from our friend, let's see, Mason Peters at the GD256. I don't know. First question says, how do you feel the format works as a single arc rather than a collection? I like the single arc. I mean, it is still a collection of issues, and the last issue of this volume is kind of standalone, but it does work as a nice little epilogue to this arc, and I think the run up to this point.
It's only weird because the first one decided to do 2 arcs in one, even though like
and that's only really because they didn't know how long the run would go on for, and
and because like let's be honest, trades at the time, like in the early 2000s, would often just do here's 5-6 issues maybe, like
it would just be very specifically like singular, like famous stories, just things that got popular. So
yeah, we're only it's only the cusp of really beginning to, I want to say, collect actual runs proper. And even then that wouldn't really start to ramp up in like trade format until the mid 2000s. Yeah.
Mason's second question says, is being gay a mutation? Be careful with this one. It's a trap. That is actually what it says.
Well, scientifically speaking, I don't believe we've narrowed it down to a singular point mutation. Now, in the Marvel universe, perhaps I think I've read enough X-Men.
I feel like most mutants in the Marvel universe are gay to begin with, so
Yeah.
Except Charles.
Yeah. I feel like
Comic Charles. I
don't know.
Charles is different.
I think Xavier got a little freaky. I feel like he
You're allowed to be a straight freaky.
That's true. You can be a straight freaky.
As long as you don't tell my kids about it, then you can do whatever you want. Just keep it away from my children.
So is Mason coming out as a conservative in this episode?
Oh no. Jacob,
they're specifically against straight people being freaky.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Jacob, don't project your.
Jen, that doesn't contradict the conservative worldview, Rachel. Like, they're very pent up and puritanical.
And how would you know that?
Third question says, who's your favorite side character? We've kind of touched on this already briefly. So I don't know. Anything else to add to that point?
I think so. I mean, I do enjoy the appearances of Carol Danvers as we've seen them so far, and I'm curious to see where Malcolm goes in the future.
I think Joey's ready to tell us nowhere. The show makes him work. He doesn't do shit in the book itself.
You guys just gotta wait. Okay, you guys gotta wait. But also, you guys have to watch the show because Malcolm's great in the show.
I would like to.
Yeah.
In terms of, it does feel like a different question to me. I felt like the other one was more about like kind of a character who feels like they're part of the overall thing, and this is more like I read this one more as like just kind of any character, like any side character in general. And I'd have to say, I do really like the actually I don't know if I can answer that for this book without getting into the spoiler territory. I'll shout out the girl from Volume 1 who was like, I can sense superpowers. I liked her.
That is a great character. I like her a lot. I think me and Rachel might be on the same page as the character we're thinking of for this particular book, but I think you're right. It is a spoiler. Fourth question says, which DC character would you pair Jessica Jones with for an arc?
Constantine.
Yeah, it does kind of write itself, doesn't it?
That writes itself.
Yeah.
But also, like, she wouldn't take any of John's shit. Like,
yeah. Well, John wouldn't take any of hers either, to be fair.
This is true.
Oh,
Or
man.
Zatanna. I feel like Zatanna would go fun. Like,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
basically anyone in that exact realm of character archetype.
Mm.
And John Constantine or anyone that John Constantine regularly hangs around with would work off of Jessica Jones well.
God, could you
Very
imagine
probably.
Joey a crossover between Jessica Jones and Etrigan the Demon?
My
Like,
God, yes, I need it.
In a slightly different trajectory of reasons for matching characters, I think it would be very funny for her to be paired with Dick Grayson for a little while.
I could see that. I could see that.
It just strikes me as being entertaining.
Jessica Jones and Harvey Bullock.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
Did
does
you
Mason know who Harvey Bullock is?
No, I have no idea. I have no idea who that is.
He's an asshole beat cop.
He's a corrupt
that
cop.
works in
He's a
Gotham.
corrupt cop.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
Who somehow gets redemption by not being the most corrupt cop.
But he's besties with Jim Gordon. You can't be mad at him.
I can.
From Gotham, the show.
Oh, yes, when Donald Logue played him in Gotham, he's fantastic. Oh my God, he's so good in that role. Mason, do you have any ideas for Jessica Jones DC crossovers?
All of mine are I'm specifically based on the Captain America arc from the first one. I think the way that I thought of it would be it'd be interesting to see how that low scale perspective of bigger DC stories would be interesting, whereas to the after effects of a big crazy event, and she's dealing with somebody who interacted with a superhero and got fucked over, that's that would be
Jessica
interesting. But
Jones-
also I was also trying to think of identity stuff, specifically to fit the Alias thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know.
Your idea of the aftermath of bigger DC events, my mind actually went to Jessica Jones in the aftermath of Zero Year. I think Jacob's the only one that's read, but it's
that would be fascinating.
That would be really interesting. I think. Yeah. Oh man, that's cool.
I would also say, I thought Mason came up with this question because of the Batman Deadpool that just dropped this week.
I thought so as well.
What?
I don't know.
We're in the middle of a DC Marvel crossover.
Cool.
They dropped one literally this week. I have not read it yet because my copy hasn't arrived. But
hell yeah! Congrats, comic fans. That sounds awesome.
Hey,
That was an accident.
the Deadpool Batman issue and the Batman Deadpool issue, as far as I can tell, are all pretty accessible to new readers. So you can.
Yes.
Okay, word. Hell yeah.
The first one does spoil one specific thing about current Batman.
But also, if you're not reading current Batman, it doesn't matter at all. So, Mason's final question. I'm sorry I laughed in the middle of Mason you answering your own question because I hadn't read your last question until this very moment. Mason's final question, and our final question for our Q&A says, favorite national tragedy?
Jacob, you first.
2012, the 2012 film adaptation of Les Miserables.
No. Actual national tragedy, Jacob.
That movie. I
kind of like that answer. It's a cop-out, but I kind of like it.
It's a cop-out. No, Jacob, actual answer. Tell us right now. Favorite national tragedy?
What's your favorite national tragedy?
We're not moving on until you give us an answer.
Try to think of which one would be the funny one.
And there's only one correct answer, Jacob.
There's one funny answer. What do you mean, Jacob?
Okay. The 2010 film, Remember Me.
Jacob. There's only one
specifically the ending.
Jacob.
Okay, I like that one. I like that. You know what? I like it.
I still don't like the cop out, but I can accept it.
How is it a cop out? It ends with Robert Pattinson going into a very famous building that isn't there anymore.
And leading into what famous historical event, Jacob?
The Oklahoma City bombings.
Jacob.
The release of the first album by
Jacob. Name me two
My
numbers.
Chemical Romance.
Jacob.
No,
name me two numbers.
also
Maybe any two numbers right now. The first two numbers that come.
Any two numbers. 42.
No, sorry. Any two numbers that are between 9 and 11.
Fine and
It's
10 and a
the
half.
weirdest.
Jacob.
So my favorite national tragedy is Chernobyl.
I hate that this bit is just keeps going.
Oh man. Well, I think that does it for
With a lot
non-spoilers
of
today.
radiation.
Correspondence.
Yeah, Jacob. I was getting there.
You said this was it for non-spoilers.
Jacob, shut up. Correspondence.
Gotcha there.
This is the this is the portion. This is the portion of Fair Trace Comics where I read out your correspondence, anything that you respond to us with, be it comments anywhere on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. Wherever you want to talk to us, we'll read it out right now. We're gonna read out your comments to us at this very moment. First off, hopping over to Spotify, comment on there from our last episode for Jessica Jones Alias Volume 1. Our friend Jamie replies with, in 2025, the tape would have been proof of Captain America's relationship with Bill Clinton. God, this is so topical and dating this episode so horribly.
Or a horse.
Or a horse. Or a horse.
It apparently might be a horse.
I feel like
Those
Steve
are
Rogers.
synonyms, Jacob.
I feel like Steve Rogers would sooner fuck a horse than Bill Clinton.
Can that be a short? Can that please be a YouTube short? You saying that?
Just that exact, just that phrase, and that's it.
Just that. I want that to be a YouTube short. I want this to be. I want this to be a YouTube short.
Good God.
So, Bucky is a good name for a horse.
She went there. I didn't even have to go there.
I love it so much.
Oh my God, you're right.
God. Oh man.
Hey, Kes, I'm really glad Kestrel hasn't listened to. Probably won't listen to this episode.
Oh man. Tell Kestrel to listen to these episodes, please. Oh man. God. Okay. We only have one other thing of correspondence over on our Patreon, patreon.com/Blood Studios. First off, before I actually go into this, I just want to take a moment to thank our new latest patrons, Brian Corrigan and DJammers. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon, as well as, of course, our regular patron Jamie, and of course my fellow co-host here, Jacob Licklider, for being on the Patreon. It's nice. Look,
I gotta get that Star Trek bullshit.
You do get that Star Trek bullshit, and you still have to listen to the commentaries. There's plenty. There are hours of commentaries for you to listen to that you're not taking advantage of because you have access to that. So, anyway, over on Patreon, commenting on our Fresh Face Extra for the last episode for Alias Volume 1, Jamie also says, "Why is this an ASMR podcast now?" And for those that want to know what we're talking about with that, go to patreon.com/Studios. You can check out our Fresh Face Extra for the last episode, where we did indeed become an ASMR podcast. And if you want our sweet, sultry tones,
good morrow, weary travelers.
Good morrow, weary travelers. It's just a teaser, though. They got to hear the whole thing by going back to Patreon. So have them go over there, and you'll get even more of that. If you enjoyed that, there's more of that, as well as plenty of other things. You go over to our Patreon, you can get early Star Trek reviews, exclusive Star Trek commentaries, Fresh Face Extras, even more of the podcast that you're listening to right now that you love so very much. But of course, if you're not any of that, there is a general support tier. It's $1 a month. It's the Cadet tier. It'll get your name down in the description of every video we put out, everything on YouTube, everything on all of our podcast platforms. It'll be the first thing that people see when they go down to the description. They'll see that you're a cool person down there. They'll want to be a cool person. They'll join the Patreon. That's how it happens. I have it on good authority. All that said, I think that closes off our non-spoiler section, and we're going to jump into spoilers. But if you're not sticking around for the rest of the episode, you can hop to the end of this episode to find out what we're covering, not just next time, but for the next 3 episodes of the podcast. We have the holidays coming up, so we're revealing not just the next episode, but also our 2-episode block after that. So you're getting 3 episode reveals at the end of this episode. It's all kinds of exciting.
I have a guest. I have a locked-in guest for the first one.
And it's a great time to have 2 guests on, because they'll also have to guess our next 3 episodes.
There's 3 of them. Oh God.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 blocks. So you only have to make 2 guesses actually. So yeah. Otherwise, we'll have Amazon links to the books we're covering today and the book we're covering next time on the podcast down in the description below. You can check those out down there. Otherwise, our socials are down there, our link trees, everything. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. And I think that about does it. So let's hop into our spoiler section with Alias number 11.
I should also say there is a content warning, I think, in effect over the spoiler section, because there's some fairly dark themes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including themes of suicide. So we're gonna
Yeah.
just blanket that. But
Yeah,
yeah, Alias number 11.
there are themes of trauma related to queer identities and how that can lead people to certain like very dark thoughts. So if that's not something you are personally okay with dealing with, then don't go forward with what is going to be talked about in this episode.
True. All that said, let's go into this. So first off,
Jessica Jones can't sing.
I just like that, like in probably the darkest arc we've covered so far. It opens on a pretty funny scene of Jessica Jones singing horribly in the car, and I like that that's all done through lettering. It's very funny. Also, Michael Gaddis's facial drawings for Jessica are just really funny here. It's a great opening scene. I do also really like that this is throwing us into a mystery for Jessica that we have not seen, that we have not gotten like all of the exposition for. It's actually just tossing us right into that. We don't get the usual 2-page spread of the person describing what their situation is to Jessica ahead of time, but it's just
we will get that a little later. We will get that a little later in, but as part of the investigation, so not as a flashback.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's a nice change of pace. I enjoy that. But as Jessica is driving into this town, there's this big sign that says, "Rebecca, please come home. We love you." It tells you what you need to know right off the bat. Jessica rolls into town here, sees that there are papers up, signs, looking for this Rebecca person, and also news
advertising herself, which is
yes, a paper up saying like an investigator was called in to look for Rebecca, and Jessica is of course just pissed at this because the town has been made aware of her presence here
with a photo that looks. It made me laugh at just there's a bit of a resemblance to Lisa Bowerman.
I kind of see that. Yeah.
Who's getting Carrie Fisher?
Oh,
I'm not sure if I fully agree with either of those, but it does look like someone, and I'm not quite sure who. Anyway,
I have no idea.
But yeah, as Jessica sees this paper about her arrival in town, she is met by a cop here that they immediately just kind of start flirting with each other. But Jessica has to be on her way because she has an appointment at this house here of the mother of the girl that has gone missing. So
can I just say, like, Bendis immediately gives just this unsettling small town vibe of everybody is in everybody's business, but nobody actually fucking likes each other. Like,
yeah,
it's all super catty, and I hate to say it, it's a bit close to home. Like it's like, I know these people. These people all kind of suck. Jessica also kind of sucks a little bit in this arc, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah, much later reasons. But yeah, Jessica confronts this woman about the ad in the paper or the article in the paper about her arrival in town.
And mind you, this is the sister of Catherine, this is Catherine Cross.
Catherine Cross is the sister of the mother.
The sister of the mother of Rebecca Cross.
Yeah,
and I love her reactions. Like, what? Like, I have to ask about this. Isn't that great? Well, front page.
And so we get the arrival of Rebecca's mother, which is where, of course, we get our full sort of exposition page of explaining the case to Jessica. The stuff that she mostly already knows, but also just giving us more details. Jessica's learning more about this.
So we get the sense that the relationship, even beforehand, between Rebecca's mother and her husband Frank, is really bad. Like, she's convinced that her husband did it because she just knows he has to be going to whores and being unfaithful to me. And it's like, you can really see how much this family has been pulled apart. from fractures that were clearly already there.
Yeah.
Just like
There's also the idea that there is abuse going on, that the dad that Rebecca's father was abusing her, and I'm gonna outright straight up just spoil it. He wasn't. Like, which is fascinating.
Yeah. The, it is. I think what I love about this arc in particular is that it is. Of course, there's more to be revealed here. There's a lot more to it than just bad husband / father was bad husband / father. So clearly he's involved in this. He's not, and something much worse happens to him by the end. But I just find this to be like the most human arc that Bendis has done so far in this run. Because it's actually not about anyone superpowered. There are talks about it. It talks about people being superpowered to some degree in this story, but it is just, for those parts, just regular people. I just really like that.
And her mother is convinced that something bad has happened to her daughter.
Yeah.
So Jessica begins looking into Rebecca. She gets her picture, gets to know what she looks like, and eventually goes to talk to the husband, her father.
I will say just real quick, I like that it's such a little detail, but just like the panel that we see of the photo album, there's so many pictures of what they used to look like. And there's only one of what they actually look like.
Yeah.
And the one she actually looks like reminds me a lot of Anna Paquin as Rogue. Like,
I would agree, actually. Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Because we're building to the end of issue reveal. That I kind of called. I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, Bendis, I'm on board. Like at this point, yeah. I mean, to be honest, Rebecca's dad is kind of a piece of shit. Like, he's
still a bad husband / father, but like, doesn't actually have anything to do with the case.
Here's the thing: he just might just be kind of a dick, and not like this. They want him to be this morally reprehensible, like awful human being. It's like, no, he's just kind of an asshole. It's being amplified because everybody thinks he's a monster.
Jacob, you'll kind of get this, but Rachel, you'll especially get this. This guy talks like a preacher character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got that in my notes, Joey.
Do you actually? There's no way. What does it say? Does it actually say he talks like a preacher character?
It said like a Garth Ennis character.
Okay,
like a Garth Ennis character.
Yeah, here are the speech bubbles. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna help my wife to put me in jail for nothing. No, don't think so. I didn't kill my daughter. I didn't fuck my daughter. I didn't even think about fucking my daughter. Like, he talks like a preacher character. I'm sorry. So yeah, not a great guy, obviously.
But that's also parallel then with the exact next panel. What I was proud of my daughter when she was a little girl playing on the floor here. I would stare at her and pray to Jesus that she'd grow up smarter than me and be better looking than me, but that she'd be better than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was going to like.
There are also little hints like that to the specific talk of how religious this family is to certain like conservative elements of the town as a whole. That I like that Bendis is laying the seeds of early on here.
There was a mention of the mother going that night to bingo at the church, which.
Very small conservative town activities. Yeah.
Jessica initially just being ignored when she walks on the street, like very much we don't trust outsiders, like.
But yeah, so he leaves his own house, leaving Jessica. He's like, hey, you can look around. I don't know what you're gonna actually find, but you're not gonna find anything on me. And so Jessica goes into Rebecca's room. Rebecca, turns out, is a bit of a superhero fan. She likes her superheroes. First off, a woman with Daredevil, Elektra, and Punisher posters on her wall.
It makes me wonder, hey, Mr. Frank Castle, Who licenses your image rights, buddy?
Who licenses Punisher posters in the Marvel universe?
That's a good point, actually.
Good
Here's the
No,
thing.
he definitely grew
Daredevil,
this.
Daredevil's a very public figure. Frank Castle, also very public figure, not licensable. Elektra, not a very public person at all. I don't know who even knows about Elektra in the general public.
Daredevil definitely licenses Elektra's public image rights through the Avengers.
Funny.
I don't think he's an Avenger, but like he's definitely met the Avengers and is close enough to be like, hey, but it's a thing.
Yeah. But so we have Jessica looking through Rebecca's room. I love a lot of the dialogueless panels here. I just love the visual representation of Jessica looking through this girl's room, finding out more about her, just on a strictly visual level, finding this sort of like scrapbook that she carries around with her. It's just cool. I really like that. I just like the little hints laid here.
I love the very much normal thing of Jessica finding Rebecca's stash of pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We then have our cop character here. I'm not forgetting this cop character's name.
They don't mention it for like 3 more issues. Is the problem?
I truly didn't remember he had been given a name.
I know he has a
Honestly,
name. I just can't think of what it is. Anyway,
his name is literally Sean. They give him the name Sheriff Sean. No last name. No, not last name given.
Sheriff Sean's easy to remember. So Sheriff Sean is here talking to Jessica about Rebecca, just gathering some more information on her.
The fact that she made collages, that she knew people at school. She has a pot dealer who's probably at the school, so that's where we're going to next, essentially.
We go to the school. We begin looking through some of Rebecca's stuff.
And the Sheriff Sean continues to try to tag along on Jessica's investigation, and she continues to be like, no.
I do like the way Bendis writes the Sean and Jessica relationship in particular. I think it's as the first actual like relationship technically that Bendis is properly writing for Jessica to have as a character. Like there's a thing with Luke in Volume 1, but like that wasn't like a full on relationship. We actually have like developing feelings between these two here, and I like the way this begins. But so Jessica goes to the school, looking through Rebecca's stuff. Once again, goes into her locker, sees big superhero fan, especially Daredevil, loves Daredevil. And I mean, who doesn't?
Wilson Fisk, obviously.
Well, Wilson Fisk's a little bitch.
No, he's a big bitch.
So true.
I was literally just going to correct myself and say the same thing. But we go into her locker. There's a message written inside there that says "die."
No, the message is it's on the front of the locker.
It's on the front of the locker.
Oh yeah,
because
I don't know how you missed that, Jessica. Like,
right? Yeah,
opening the locker.
Yeah. But there's this other kid in school.
It's like quite faint.
Yeah.
I
Yes. Yeah, it is kind of drawn that way.
Also, I think
it's like it's been scrubbed off.
Looking back at the prior page, it looks like it's the lady who shows Jessica to the locker who opens it for her.
Yeah, so maybe she didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Because she's like the secretary of the principal or whatever. But it's like it's die. And it's like well, what is this? What do you expect? She was a mutant.
Bum bum bum. And issue 11. Bringing us into Alias number 12.
That's when I remembered. This is in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, it is just like I don't know. I love that. It's more a backdrop to this story. Like it's more just like no, it's just a story in its own right, and you can substitute mutant with a lot of things. There is a reason Bendis chooses mutant in particular because mutant has long been an allegory for minorities.
This is let's be honest. This is a queer allegory, very specifically.
Which is an allegory when Is it an allegory though?
Wait. What am I missing?
She does have a girlfriend. She does
Yeah,
have a
when the character
girlfriend.
is literally queer, is it a
Yeah.
queer allegory?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No, okay, I understand. I do the idea that
It's,
that is
terrible.
an
It's
allegory.
using
No,
mutant
that
as the
literally
queer
is
lens is what's
happening.
is what Bendis is doing. So like again, that lens becomes very obvious when you then explicitly make your character queer.
Yeah. But
There
yeah.
is a moment in the first interaction where Jessica's talking to this. It's a student, I'm assuming, right? Like,
Yes.
like just another high school. And it's like, wait, a mutant? Like, is that slang? Like, do you mean this or something? And then she's like, yeah, obviously. And then Jessica's like, well, who told you that? And then, well, she did. Like, the one that gave herself that. It's such an interesting way to like show that like, because to me that very much read as like that sort of internalized, I guess, uh, hatred for yourself. You refer to yourself like that because if you don't, then someone else will, which is a very, very dark thing that I just pulled into. But it was just a little moment that like really stuck with me as I was reading this.
Yeah, that's true.
What's also interesting is that Rebecca didn't directly say it. Like it was.
Yeah, it was told to her by like another kid at school, and they heard it from someone else. It is clearly like a rumor that fast spread and might not even be true.
And in this 2-page spread, you also get so much of like the clicks through this one. This character is called Mary Wilkinson. She was a friend of Rebecca's when they were children, but now they're in high school and teenagers. Kind of messy. Like a lot of the relationships, the friendships are broken and they become click-like, especially in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And like Bendis puts in all these little asides from Mary that are like just these needles stabbing in. Like someone's described as having fake tits. Like it's like it's really ugly, but I think ugly with a purpose.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Absolutely. I would agree with that, I think.
Yeah.
What's also interesting is that nobody can describe what mutant powers Rebecca supposedly had or has.
Yeah.
And all we know then is who this girl heard it from, and so Jessica goes to talk to this other guy that we heard it from, and begins interrogating this kid named Freddie.
Who's a football player. Who's a jock.
Who immediately begins hitting on Jessica the second he sees her, and he sucks. But Jessica begins talking to him. He it turns out heard it from Rebecca herself. But there's like something going on between them because like he had asked her out. He
possibly if you're reading between the lines, proposition sex.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's
she told him that
yeah.
She told him that her mutant powers would kill him if if they did actually have sex.
Yeah. And so as Jessica goes to leave the school, then she is stopped by this reporter named Patrice,
who runs the newspaper, and Jessica asks to talk off the record, which of course isn't going to be properly off the record.
I really thought this reported character was going to like be
a problem.
Yeah, a huge problem from this first scene.
I do like the role she ends up playing later on in the story.
It is this fascinating. There's so much double meaning in like what actually happens in this conversation. Like it's very Jessica ends up giving up some information accidentally. Grace is like, "Do you believe it was a man who? What? No, you said I was. I'll talk to you later. Are you coming to the church on Sunday? Probably not. You really should."
Yeah, Which is where obviously Bendis is now setting up our next big reveal. But before that, I love these couple pages here once again. These dialogueless moments of just Jessica looking through this scrapbook and this idea of Rebecca's artistic expression, saying a lot about her as a person. There's some fascinating imagery that Bendis and Gaidos use to.
And I think it's not just Gaidos doing. It's actually David Mack doing the journal art.
Which I mean, fucking David Mack. First off,
Yeah.
who's
because Mack did all the covers too, I believe, right?
So,
yes. Yeah. Yep.
Also, according to in the back of the edition I have, there's an introduction to the sketchbook. So, and it was apparently not just David Mack, but also someone named Ontron, who was his girlfriend at the time, and drew a lot of art on there.
Okay.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh, did I not read? Oh, I have that introduction, and I forgot to read it actually in my reread. I should have done that. But yeah, no, I love. I don't know.
I also can I, as we're on that introduction, I love that the way Brian Michael Bendis does a sign off in all of his intros is just all caps exclamation point Bendis. Like
Brian Michael Bendis is such a weird fucking guy, and I love him.
He's one of those weird fucking guys. They're like, you're weird, but your heart seems to be in the right place.
Yeah, like I've never, I
think that's a good way to put it.
I never seen Bendis involved in any sort of like controversy, really. Just like
any legitimate controversy, because there's been controversies.
There's been controversy mostly just around him
creating non-white characters.
Yes, yeah, that's true. And just I will never forget the Superman controversy. But like that was mostly just him writing some not great comics, which he's done plenty.
Yeah.
He's done plenty of in his career. Superman was not the first.
Someone wrote a bad comic that is, I think, largely inoffensive.
Yeah, like just I don't know. We moved on from Bendis Superman so fast, and nobody even talks about it anymore, other than the fucking meme picture that people use all the time.
Yeah, the one that is also a reference to Jack Kirby.
Yes, yeah. But anyway, we then find Jessica in a bar. Sean finds her at this bar, offers her a drink. They get talking for a while about Rebecca, which swiftly turns into talking about them.
Jessica's private, like, what's the most fucked up case that you have? Oh, well, really sad. There's this baby that had off by Rebecca's dad, who just is drunk and lashes out, and you kind of feel bad for the guy. Like,
I'm not entirely sure I do.
I did somewhat.
It's just, and it is interesting. It's interesting because like the guy is lashing out at Jessica for realistically no reason. He's just really paranoid. Like
I mean, let's be honest. The town hates his ass. Like,
yeah.
The town thinks he did it, and
he fully believes that his wife has set Jessica up to prove that he is the guy that did something to Rebecca, and is the reason she's missing.
I don't know, like based on what we do see of like the other adults in Rebecca's life, I feel like he kind of, I don't know. I understand why he feels like they are trying to set him up. I mean, obviously, they will have been trying to set him up.
I think you get that definitely with his wife. I can't think. Maxine was the name, right? Of the sister. You definitely get that with. Oh, Catherine. Sorry, I don't know where I got Maxine from. Catherine. You definitely get that with Catherine. Like Catherine definitely feels that way, but I never get the sense that his wife feels that way.
I mean, she just hate him and want him to, like, she seemed to be pretty like, oh yeah, it's definitely him.
I will say it's interesting that I don't think they ever give Rebecca's mother a first name.
I don't think so either. I just keep referring to her as like the wife or the mother, and I don't.
I always say Rebecca's mother, which is, I don't know if that's Bendis trying to say something or just Bendis didn't come up with a name.
Yeah. It's just that it's, I don't know. Is it relevant information? I guess it is. Because we're trying to describe the character.
None of the
But-
adults are great people or anything, certainly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I think then what's interesting is that this sort of attack of the sheriff gets him to go home, and Jessica, looking for companionship because she's defined essentially by her loneliness, starts making out on just on the hood of their car, and you get this fascinating view of the conservative small town's view of sex, where Jessica has to be like, "We're consenting adults. We can have sex." Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fascinating aspect of this relationship. Yeah, I hadn't even actually really considered it until you described that.
because
I like that, yeah.
the entire town is under this complete sexual repression. Like,
Mhm.
it's all there. Sex is reserved for dirty shit, and
Mhm.
shall we say what they would coin degeneracy. Um,
Mhm.
uh, in so many ways. Uh, look, when Bendis hits on some things, he hits really well.
Can I also just say I love sex dialogue in comics. I love Jessica's. There's no one here but me and you, just me and you and this guy. As she grabs his dick, it's so fucking funny. It's
And this guy,
and this guy.
like the way it's emphasized
Yeah.
too.
So funny. I love it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was honestly kind of surprised that that she seemed to be actively interested in him. I had not picked up on that when I was reading it from their earlier conversations.
Oh, see, no, I definitely get that because I think Jessica is. I mean, Jacob hit the nail on the head when he said, Jessica's a character defined by her loneliness and that need for companionship, which we see especially when as Jessica dreams, as she goes to sleep that night, we see get an image of, for the first time properly, Jewel in action, her when she was a superhero.
And the artist shifts. It's Mark Bagley doing the pencils. Who this would have was Bendis's main collaborator on Ultimate Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah. I love this dream sequence. It is another completely dialogueless 2 pages, and I just love the way it's done. It's this
Says a lot.
It's her flying alongside Thor, and then as she's flying through the air, she stops, sees Rebecca in a window.
That is purple.
Mm-hmm. It is purple. Yeah.
And there's a silhouette of a man.
Yep. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Sorry. Okay, it's important we talk about this now. He's not important to this volume, but I need to ask. Mason. I need to ask Mason and Rachel. What do you guys know about the Purple Man?
Got it. Okay.
I know a little bit.
Well, I know that he stuffed kids into the animatronic suits. And he died in the Springtrap outfit.
No.
Sorry, wrong Purple Man.
The
Purple Man.
Not the Purple.
Got it. Yeah, okay.
There's a distinct difference here.
I don't know.
There's a distinct difference. Okay.
He's played by the guy who voices fucking Scrooge McDuck, right?
Yes, that's that is actually
that's right. Yeah. That's what I know about him. Yeah.
Okay,
that's literally all I know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So you don't know anything about his powers or anything like that?
Nope. I know nothing.
I think I do know a little bit about his powers, but maybe should I not say it? Because maybe
you can say it. I don't personally mind, but
well, here's the thing. When we're talking about a character like the Purple Man, he's a character created in
was not created.
He's created in 1964 by Stan Lee for Daredevil. So he's a
power set.
He's an incredibly campy character who pretty much up until Brian Michael Bendis got his hands on him was a really campy character.
And honestly, it surprised me that it took till the early 2000s for someone to see that power set and think, oh,
yeah. It's essentially to break it down to its simplest terms. Mason, he has mind control powers. He can manipulate people, do whatever he wants. And do with that information what you will. We'll talk about his character much later on.
There's some dots to connect here.
We'll talk about this character much later on when we eventually pick up
it is utterly fascinating that he is first hinted at in a story largely about sexual repression and discrimination based on sexuality. Like,
Mhm.
at least in
I did not at all pick up on that being a reference like to the Purple Man. I didn't like. I was aware that the Purple Man was a character who was in like later volumes of this, but I didn't even notice the silhouette behind Rebecca when I read it.
It is subtle, but it is well done, and it's another one of those things of just Bendis letting Gatos.
I only noticed
just letting the art speak.
I only noticed it because I've seen season 1 of Jessica Jones, the show. Like,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I had completely missed that when I was going through that, but that is a cool foreshadowing hint. I love that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: it's also there's a lot of use of purple in the colors going forward of this arc.
There's a lot of use of purple in the run in general, because Bendis knew what he wanted to do with this character from the very beginning. So I don't know. I just small thing to note there. But we pick
Jessica wakes up in jail because it's like once again,
Sean hits her with the whole like, "Oh, I didn't know what you would do. I didn't know what you'd get up to. I had to be safe and put you in a jail cell." Apparently,
it's like excuses. But once again, it's like, oh, this town is that kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Saturday, and we're like, what the fuck does it mean go to church on Sunday? Like, what? Okay. And
so
the last two pages
the
last page.
What's up, Rachel?
I was gonna say I really like all of the little like the panels of that just kind of show like a street of the town. It just is very like, I don't know, like, yeah, I've driven on streets that look like that. Like it just is like, that
I have stayed in towns like that. Like,
it's very much that just once again that human connection that Bendis is really driving for in this story in particular. But Jessica goes to church, talks to the priest here, sees him practicing, or sorry, I didn't talk to him yet. Or talks to him briefly. Sees him practicing his sermon.
Basically, hey, mutants. God didn't create mutants. Man created mutants. Question mark?
He says they're
mutants are an abomination brought on by man's greed. I see that someone lived through the AIDS crisis. I see what you're doing, Bendis.
And I like the little
hell of a way to end an issue.
I love the note the initiation where the priest sees Jessica and goes, "Oh, hello, can you hear me back there? Just practicing for tomorrow. I can never tell if my voice is." And Jessica says, "I hear you just fine."
So good.
Sunglasses.
I also love just that Bendis is doing this great hypocrisy of they're an abomination, and like he stops it just as he's going to go into a rant of like justifying the hate
the line where he's like, where he's like, God wants us to love all of God's creatures. ...
And though the contradiction is already at the top of that line.
So we go into Alias number 13. We have our.
They cover that's. Well, actually, there is the final page is actually one little page of the sketchbook. At least I believe, with just help.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Okay, maybe it's not the last. It's probably just a filler page, Jacob.
I have.
Yeah, probably just a filler page for the older.
I have, I think, a different filler page. There's
what is your
little bit that says confidential with like a coffee cup stain.
Oh yeah, that was I think that's just what those reprints use as the filler pages in between, because I had that in volume 1 that I got from the library.
That's interesting. Okay.
Interesting. So we go to Alias number 13. We have our talk with our priest here about mutants. Once again, love all the purple is used in this scene.
I also just love the more topical sermons always go over the best. Which, again, this is 2002, so we are right in the middle of a religious fervor.
Caused by what, Jacob?
Well, if we want to be accurate, Ronald Reagan.
In
I think the revival of that.
2002, Jacob? In 2002?
That's what started it. It was at least partially resolved by the Islamophobia in the
Caused by?
immediate aftermath of 9/11.
Hey, he said it.
Not you cheering.
I hate this thing. I hate that I know Joey definitely gets a kick out of when I do analyst shit, but also loves torturing my serious analysis with
Say the
bits.
lie, Jacob.
No, because I was completely, to be completely honest with you, Jacob, I was completely on. Yeah, I actually don't know if that's direct a line.
Listen, you cut out.
Oh no, try it again.
I agree with Jacob.
Like this is like, let's be honest, the 80s conservative uproar that, if we're gonna be honest, I don't, at least in terms of popular culture, didn't really go away until well into the Obama administration. Possibly even in the second term. Mainly, I'd argue with the slow rise in approval of gay marriage, being sort of like the first really big cultural touchstone that at least that I can think of. Could be wrong. If I'm gonna be honest, when I studied history in school, it kind of sadly ended with 9/11. And the aftermath of 9/11 and the war on terror.
Sadly ended with a 9/11.
History ended with 9/11 for Jacob Licklider.
And there's a big, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really become entirely aware of like politics and like the political history of the United States in the modern day until around 2016.
Oh, what happened then?
This is Jacob's other favorite. This is Jacob's other favorite historical tragedy.
That's Jacob's favorite historical tragedy, 2016. Actually, I agree. I think I agree.
For real.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Depends on what you mean by favorite.
Yeah, I was going to say actually, then it might be my least favorite actually by that metric.
I mean, I did go to a conservative high school, and I am not immune to propaganda. I will leave it at that. In 2016, like,
I'm aware.
We'll leave it at that.
I was friends with you in 2016. Yeah.
You were there. I don't know how you put up with me.
I don't think here's the thing. I don't think we became really close friends until like 2018. So
yeah, and by that point,
he had to simmer first.
Yeah. Anyway, but sorry, God, see with the priest.
The priest is 30 years old. This is a young priest, and it's this utterly fascinating thing of he doesn't even acknowledge Rebecca's identity as a person. Mm-hmm. He only refers to her as the girl.
Yeah.
The girl's never been in here as far as I can recall.
Yeah. Jessica rightfully calls him out of his shit.
This is, I think, my favorite scene of Jessica in all that we've read is this scene. I just really enjoy it. Just hearing her lay into the sky.
It is a great scene. It's a great scene. And we get the implication that he's saying all this, like not knowing that supposedly Rebecca was a mutant. And she lays it on him at the end, and there's just this like completely unfazed look in his eyes that Gato zooms in on as the final panel of the scene. And it's just it tells you everything. It's like, no, he doesn't care. He's not going to change his mind, even though someone that he knows.
It's because giant outburst, all that does is that just feeds right back into the Christian persecution complex.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, good, I am justified in my hate for them.
Yeah. So Jessica goes to a diner, goes to a bathroom, see some graffiti on a wall that says Jesus was a mutant.
Which I'm 90% sure is a reference to.
Oh, is that a thing?
I think
Is it? It definitely
might
sounds.
be.
It sounds like some weird Bush era rhetoric.
Yeah.
I just can't think of exactly what the equivalent would be. I mean, we could just be totally wrong. I don't know.
Well, I think it was
He's doing the research.
yeah, it was. I think it was a response to the. Oh God, I have to bring up 9/11 again.
Say it, yes.
So the Westboro Baptist Church.
God, I have to bring up
It's
9/11 again.
It's a response to the rise in the Westboro Baptist Church, which was already happening in the immediate post 9/11. And this is far enough into 2002 where I'm 99% certain 9/11 would have happened in the writing process.
Oh yeah.
And so Jesus was insert a certain slur that's trying to be reclaimed here that I'm not gonna say.
Say it.
No,
Do it.
no,
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
you can say it because you're not straight.
Oh, cracker.
Oh god. Oh.
Really? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should just yes and you more often, Jacob. God.
Jesus was a cracker.
No.
That's just rhetoric of. That's just rhetoric of the most establishment Christianity. Like,
Oh my god. Fucking hell. We are the time haters. We traveled all the way back in time to call you a cracker. God.
So look, what I'm saying is that, like,
I would love to hear you bring us back in, Jacob. I really would.
Yeah, I'm
Bendis is
sorry.
writing a book
That was
about
my fault.
LGBT acceptance in 2002.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say he's necessarily bold. And I'll say it's messy. It's really messy in places. Like, it has aged, but his heart is in the right place, and he's trying. And he probably comes off better than a lot of other things that are trying to be quote unquote socially progressive of the era. In a lot of ways.
I mostly just was like, I thought it was quite solid. I didn't.
Yeah. Well, there's some mess, but it's mostly good. Like,
I
it's
think
something of-
I think it's all good, Jacob. I truly don't know what you mean by mess.
Love to hear more about that whenever we get to what point.
It's a lot of Jessica ending up bringing Rebecca home, and
That
Yeah.
she's portrayed as directly in the wrong for.
yes, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Jessica Jones is a character that is historically very wrong about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Here's the thing. I also do really like this story. I do.
It's a great story. It's a great story.
I do.
I do also love the scene when Jessica leaves the bathroom and Sean is there, and like Jessica gets a chance to call him on his shit because he's just like, "Oh, I like you," and she's like, "You don't fucking know me." Like, and when the going gets tough, you'd rather toss me to jail cell than actually be a human being or anything. And so she like walks away from him. We get this sort of after this standoff between the two of them.
He tries to apologize, but he does the mediocre white man thing of just saying "I'm sorry" and thinking that fixes everything. Like,
not only that, but it's like where I come from. If someone apologizes and tries to put everything on her,
you're sorry for what? Like, you didn't even say "I'm sorry, I mistreated." You didn't even say "I'm sorry, I mistreated you." Like, because he fucking did. Like, I will say this scene then kind of just made me laugh, at least just because of the total whiplash of hello.
Well, there's a reason that it follows up directly out from this because it's Jessica walking away from Sean and then immediately being called by Scott Lang.
I also love Jessica's expression when she's thinking, "Carol, you goddamn bitch."
It's so good. And so we set up a date with Scott Lang, and it's it's amazing. I love it. Uh, in doing that, Jessica
Scott Lang's
sees
vibe on the call is also just this nervous, like, oh, maybe we could do a date and do something, like, it might be fun. And I do kind of like when we get the date. Scott Lang just seems kind of like a normal dude, like
he's
a
just a
normal,
dude. He's just a
kind of
guy.
well-adjusted dude.
He's just Paul Rudd.
He's literally just a guy. Hit him with your car.
What?
Oh, have you not heard that? Sorry.
I have
Sorry,
not
that was a
heard that. I
reference.
would love you to explain it to me and have another.
I think it's a TikTok where it's like, he's literally just a guy. Hit him with your car. Like,
that's amazing.
Why does that also sound like an overly sarcastic Productions bit? Like,
it could. I mean, I don't know. The TikTok was from like 2-3 years ago. I don't fucking know. It was a while ago. They might have referenced it.
No, he's literally just a guy. That would be Five Nights at Freddy's. In Jessica Jones, he's literally just a man.
You're right. Sorry.
all right, reining us back in because
No. Rachel gets 3 points for that. I like that.
Thank you.
We're being given points? I didn't know this.
Wait a minute.
Are there points?
Is he gonna take off his face and reveal that this is just an elaborate game changer episode that we've been like thrown into?
Rachel gets 2 more points for not questioning me.
Mason's gonna take off his mask and it's gonna be Matthew Lillard under there.
then under Matthew Lillard, it's gonna be Sam Reich.
Anyway, so Jessica sees Patrice. Goes to talk to Patrice, our journalist character.
Who reveals that she knows, like, hey, this is a conservative small town. It was, it implies that it was a sundown town. Or at the very least, treated people of color as animals. And, like, this is all in mail that is sent to Patrice. Yeah, and you really get the sense that Patrice is, like, the only person in the town who isn't full of hate. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think, despite her,
Could you try?
Jacob, you need to learn to get your fucking phone under control when we do this shit. Oh my god.
It's my watch!
Then throw your watch in the garbage while we're recording.
Throw
Goddamn.
your watch into the garbage.
Yes.
Just throw.
God.
No. Just recycle it. It'll come back eventually.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how recycling works, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, thank you, Joey, for teaching me.
You're welcome.
This is an educational podcast.
So Jessica talks to Patrice. They look at Rebecca's notebooks and all that. The sketchbook. There's this just continuous idea of just Patrice actually like understanding what the town is about, and like I like the existence of this character and like a genuinely like just well-adjusted person in this town that chooses to stay here because she is a journalist, essentially, and because like she can actually stay for the most part impartial, and I appreciate that.
I do think that the point in the conversation when Jessica apologizes to her is actually a little bit too early. I feel like she hadn't quite earned that yet.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I read it the first time and I was like, I don't know why you're apologizing to her.
Yeah.
From the rest of the conversation, she does seem like, oh, this is genuinely like someone who is not as terrible as the rest of the town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But things ramp up then, can't speak. As Jessica goes to the house of Rebecca's father. I first off absolutely love the news broadcast that is playing as Jessica walks into this house.
That like Matt Murdock's secret identity as Daredevil has been revealed to the public. Like,
about this. Is this a thing that was happening in Marvel Comics at the time?
I don't know. I don't think I haven't read the exact Daredevil issues that were happening at the time of this.
I mean, it's very possible because the front of my version has an ad for Volume 4 of Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis. But wait,
that would make sense. Wait,
but it's labeled as Marvel Knights, so maybe that's earlier. I don't know.
Well, Knights still existed at the same time as Max. For some reason, they had two labels like this at the time. It was
that
strange.
is weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Whoa. Was like maybe one meant to be more of a teen label, like an older teen label?
I haven't read any Knights personally, so I don't exactly know the difference between the two of them.
With all the fuss they made about it in the introduction to the first volume, I bet they couldn't say fuck in Knights.
Probably.
It was pre-existing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like that it is this plot point that is going to become relevant to this later on, but also just the idea of this bigger, larger than life superhero story happening at the time of Jessica just seeing a guy just regularly murdered in his home. Rebecca's father has been killed, and as the issue begins to close out, Jessica notices a kid on the street that like looking at this murder and like seeing that something is wrong, seeing that something isn't right. That's not funny, and like Jessica can tell that he like knows something more. The issue ends with her turning to him and saying, "Kid, where is she?" So we go into Alias number 14, and we pick up with Rebecca. And first of all, I love that choice. I love the issue opening from Rebecca's perspective. I just think that's really neat. It's a well done. I think making this issue so specifically about Rebecca, I think, is really important, because up to this point, it's been people making assumptions and concluding things about Rebecca without her being there to speak for herself. And this issue is so her story, and it just makes sense. So we have this show she's putting on for this club, this bar.
Specifically, it's this mix of stand-up and slam poetry, like
yeah,
and it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's
been a lot
it's
about
really not good. It kind of sucks. I'm sorry.
I
feel bad.
But that's kind of the point. Like Rebecca, in a lot of ways, is also just an edgy teenager. Like in the last issue, in the conversation with Patrice, there's very much like, oh, she idolized the Punisher. Like who does that? And I'm like, I can imagine a lot of edgy teenagers idolizing the Punisher.
Yeah,
I have coworkers who idolize the Punisher, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Flip to this page earlier and be like, oh, this is why she has the red sunglasses.
Yeah, Rebecca loves Daredevil, and loves him even more now that it has been revealed that he's Matt Murdock. Amazing, truly amazing.
Goofy. It's good, being great.
And Rebecca's girlfriend, who sadly I don't think gets a name.
No. Just enough for this character, I think, to be here, like just there for Rebecca to show that she is actually like in some kind of it looks to be loving relationship.
Yeah.
And then Rebecca sees Jessica, says, "Fuck, you found me," and well, the jig is up. Jessica kicks this guy in the crotch, leaving this bar, taking Rebecca out of there, and we get this really great scene as Jessica begins driving Rebecca home. So there is this fascinating idea that in taking Rebecca home, we are robbing Rebecca of her agency, which is true. I think there is this freedom that Rebecca found in herself as she left home that she makes that she makes the point to Jessica that like you're taking me back to a life that I cannot live.
And ultimately, the story supports that because she does go back.
Well, yeah, yeah. And Jessica is like very much portrayed as like in the wrong because, like, I mean, God, Bendis writes probably like one of the best monologues in this entire run. With Rebecca's whole speech to Jessica, just like, no, like, yeah, you're taking me back to hell. Yeah, sure, I could live there. I'm 16 now, but I could live there for another 2 years, and then I'll be able to do whatever I want. But that's 2 more years of not being able to be free, be me, be myself. Express myself in the way that I want. I love that. I love that idea.
It's the church scene is my favorite scene of Jessica. This is my favorite scene, I think, of Alias so far.
Yes, yeah, that's fair.
I think I would agree with that.
Yeah,
it would be either this or the interrogation from the first volume, for me at least.
And then there is, I love the little cap that this scene has on it of
I forgot
Jessica getting a call that Rebecca's able to hear. Jessica, this is Matt Murdock. The face, the jaw drops.
Yeah,
it's
So
so good.
good. And then the gut punch of Rebecca seeing the sign, Rebecca, please come home, we love you.
And there's exactly one character decision for Jessica that I dislike. And it's that she hasn't told Rebecca that your dad has been murdered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's another thing that Jessica is portrayed as very much in the wrong for. Like, we come back to we go back into the town. It is revealed that Catherine is the one that killed Rebecca's father because she was so convinced that he was the one who had done it. And so, in returning, Rebecca is immediately abused by her mother. Is immediately
in front of the entire town. Like,
yeah,
everybody's watching and nobody intervenes for anything.
Yeah, her mother slaps her, blames her for her father's death, and Rebecca runs away. Not out of town this time, to the church, which Jessica goes to see her at because Jessica knows where she likes to go because she's with her scrapbook, her journal, etc. Knows where she likes to go.
It's also the tallest building in town, and despite Rebecca saying, "I'm not going to kill myself," she's experiencing suicidal ideation.
Yeah,
like.
I do love the way that Jessica shows up like a little crouching gargoyle in the background.
It is adorable. But yeah, we have this scene trying to, as best we can, in its own little Jessica Jones Alias way of trying to say, like, I don't know, what is the answer? What is the point to this? And Jessica's best response is as follows. Things like the song says, all things eventually fade to memory. That's all I meant. If you want, I'll take you back to your girlfriend.
And then she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because she didn't need to, apparently.
Yeah, because her girlfriend had already arrived in town.
This is my one issue with the story is we skip all of whatever that was. We don't see any of it, and I feel like we needed a little bit of that closure instead of just having it wrapped up in an exposition conversation between Jessica and Sean.
Yeah,
I do think it was quick.
Yeah, it is quick. I do think though it's not an entire like extra issues worth of story, so I get why it is expedited in this way. I
feel like you could have done something to show a little bit of that, so it doesn't feel like you skipped a page. Like, I don't know, like
that's reasonable. That's reasonable to think.
Yeah, it's just slightly
great story overall, but I think that ending is a bit too rushed.
That's understandable. But yeah, we end things off with Sean. It is this awkward goodbye between the two of them, and
Sean, who is still the same fucking person, is still a shitty sheriff in a shitty town.
Yeah,
shitty people. But at the very least, he got Jessica some blood money.
And I love the final page of this issue. As Jessica's leaving, Scott Lang calls her and is willing to just stay on the phone with her as she drives home, and she says, "Tell me something funny," and it is this implication of the start of this great little relationship between the two of them, and we're going to see that even more as we go into our final issue for today with Alias number 5. So
15.
15. I said 5. Fuck my life.
said
It is the
5.
it is the fifth
for
issue.
the day.
It is the 5th issue of the day, and also it ends in a 5. I'm tired. It's fine. Anyway, so
And oh look, Matt Murdock is calling in favors from all of his superhero friends.
yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. Because he's gonna need them. So Luke Cage has returned. We're here to talk about Luke Cage again.
I like that they get a conversation to like hash things out.
Yeah.
I didn't love
Hired
the way that
as
that he was
bodyguards
used as
for
a
Nelson and
character-
Murdoch.
of the way that he was used as a character in the first arc, and I appreciate that this gives them a chance to like have a conversation about things.
Yeah.
I do like that it is a scene of like Luke's defense here is sort of like just telling Jessica like, yeah, sure, I'm okay. I'm not I'm not perfect either, but also you came to my bar, you got hammered, you wanted this as well. Like it was a mutual decision we made, and we shouldn't.
And it's also like, hey, we're both adults. It's like, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you not want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to get married? And the answer to this is no. It's like, then it's none of your business who I have sex with. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I love that conversation between them. I think it's just really well done. It is. I know, Jacob, you're the only one that knows the thing about these two characters, and,
Yeah.
I hate that I can't talk about it right now.
well, wait, Mason might know because of Civil War.
I don't think Mason would remember that though.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to remember that, Jacob. Sorry. I couldn't even remember who I was talking to. Jesus.
You were going to call me Joey.
I absolutely was. Yep.
I think I figured out what it was for unrelated reasons.
Okay. Reasons outside of the podcast?
Well, no. There's an advertisement for a different book on the back page of my edition.
No. Oh, can I see what it is? Do you have your camera? I would love to see what this ad is. I'm a little. Let's see. Oh yeah. That'll do it. Yep. That's definitely it. Okay. Cool. All right. Understood. I didn't realize that would be advertised there. I guess that's those newer editions there. Gotcha. Anyway, all that said,
Jessica also mentions the fact that Luke Cage is a cape chaser, and Luke is like, no. It's like it's all I heard about it because you know She-Hulk. I mean, come on, what's that have to do with it? It's gross. Well, you obviously never fucked her. Like,
it's and like Luke owns up to it too. He's like, yeah, sure. It's like I don't know. It's not like it's not treated by the book or in the end by Jessica as like a bad thing necessarily. Like it is just once again adults doing consensual adult things, and it's not. I don't know. I just like that there's not a stigma around it.
I mean, his final thing is like, in this profession, I'm gonna end up getting with other people in this profession.
Mm-hmm.
it's also we also end on just this hilarious note of Matt Murdock, who Luke tells Jessica, yeah, he is Daredevil. Like, that's true.
Yeah.
But he heard everything. Yep. And I've got the feeling, I've got this feeling that he was relaying it to Natasha, at least partially, because she comes out just saying arrogant.
Yeah. And so it's time for Jessica's night out with Scott Lang, who I adore.
I
Jacob,
love this.
This is our first time ever talking about Scott Lang on the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah. I have seen Ant-Man though, so like
you have.
Yeah. Saw it in theaters.
Me too.
It is a good one. I like that one.
I've seen Ant-Man once, and I've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp like 3 times, and I saw it
Oh,
earlier.
really? Oh, that's
I'm familiar
interesting.
with Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Huh. Interesting.
Enjoy.
It's a fine movie. But yeah, so the date. I just love the way Bendis writes this. Really, what starts out as an incredibly awkward date between these two people, and like actually, and they're actually like putting down their barriers. Jessica, especially, putting down her sort of defensive barrier, and just like eventually getting to talk to each other as like just normal people. And
It reminds me a lot of the Carol scene from last time, like the way the scenes with
Absolutely.
Carol, like it's this very, it's like it's a little awkward, but it's like the ice then breaks. I love how it's like oh yeah, I'm doing a little bodyguarding work for Matt Murdock, the attorney. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Poor guy. I know it sucks. Is he really Daredevil? Does it matter? Guess not. Because either way, fucking Talbot's had no business. True. And they just, they talk about each other.
Yeah.
Like, and then Scott does something that is controlling and toxic by being like, "Hey, how about you don't drink?" It's like, oh, well, I was hoping we could not drink tonight. Now, is Scott Lang an alcoholic in the comics? Do you know?
I admittedly I have not read enough Scott Lang to really
Okay,
deeply know the character.
the
Sorry.
dialogue reads at least a little bit about a recovering alcoholic.
Mhm.
But it's also like, Carol says that you drink way too much and get mad about yourself. It's a nice conversation. But then Scott actually acknowledges, like a human being, I overstepped a boundary.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and it's
Yeah.
good.
It's so nice. Just actual characters, adult people having conversations and talking and acknowledging their mistakes and fixing those mistakes. And it's I like characters like this. I really do. It's so
It's
nice.
the part of the trouble is characters like this don't always make for the best drama. However,
But I mean, Jessica Jones does though, because
Jessica does.
Jessica does.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
And it's so nice after everything that like Jessica has been through and like we've been through in this comic, just having a moment like just where we can sit in a conversation that's pleasant and just be able to be like, hey, isn't it kind of nice that like you're not asking me why I stopped being a superhero and I'm not asking started?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's nice.
Yeah. I do love the scene ends on where it's just like they're having dinner. Their dinner is interrupted by Spider-Man and the Human Torch fighting Dr. Octopus, and they're just like, and they're both just like, well, we could help them, or no, let's not. Let's just continue.
They got this. They got this.
and they're like, they got this. And also, our waitress isn't coming back, so it's probably just a free. It's a free meal. It's it's great. I love it. Absolutely,
I like that he specifically says, "I didn't bring any of my Ant-Man stuff."
Yes,
that is funny.
It is a great line. And it's a great final scene. It's a great note to end the volume, and the volume, the story, our block of Alias episodes on. It's just a great scene, and overall a great book. Obviously, I love Alias. But I'll, any sort of closing thoughts from any of you on Alias, on Jessica Jones, on our time with these last 4 issues?
It's good. It's good enough where I'm like, I'm kind of sad we aren't just knocking out all 4 in rapid succession.
You gotta love when everyone leaves you feeling that way.
Yeah. However, I am glad that like we're now at the point where we are doing a lot more Marvel. So this will be coming back probably in, I don't want to say in the near future, but in the future. It'll be in the future. It's coming back. And of course we will try to get you both back on, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just so glad the scheduling for these 2 episodes worked out as well as it did.
Yeah.
I
really enjoyed this. I felt like I felt like from what I've read, it just kind of like my preferences for the arcs were kind of like I liked them better as they went along. So that's always a fun experience to have. And that second volume in particular, I don't know. I really like that. I really like it.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah, I think like this is one of the most like personal stories I feel like I've read either for the podcast or just like in comics in general, and I really appreciated it like that. I liked how human it felt. I liked how it never felt like anything was done like tactlessly. Like there were moments where things may not have aged the best, but it was always done in a sense of like, I am willing to admit if I fuck this up. Like, hey, I overstepped a boundary, just to let you know. Like, just there are so many little moments which I just appreciate in a story that is so personally like destructive, or like a story that is so reliant on somebody's life being destroyed. Like it's such a difficult thing to balance, and I do think that for the most part this comic does it really well.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good book. I'm so glad that we were able to get both Rachel and Mason to join us for this this 2-episode block. I'm even more excited
Yay.
though, honestly, that we now are revealing 3 episodes at the end of this episode and have so many people to talk about what the future episodes could be. Now, to lay out the parameters.
Before we get into that, I did actually do a quick Google of what Marvel Knights was, because I was curious.
What do we got?
It isn't actually the adult line. So when Marvel filed for bankruptcy, they licensed out initially 4 titles: Black Panther, The Punisher, Daredevil, and Inhumans. And this is in 1998 to Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti.
My boy Jimmy Palmiotti, the king!
And so they worked with them for a basically until the 2010s. Like, this was like Marvel Knights was still got going until the 2010s, and still occasionally pops up. So it wasn't necessarily adult. It was quite literally just Marvel needed money.
Yeah, yeah. This is also how we get the whole film rights selling of like X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, etc. Yeah. Anyway, so episode reveals. Parameters for this are that our next episode is a single episode block. It is a returning thing that we have covered before on the podcast. And the 2 episodes after that are a 2-episode block. It is a new thing that we have never covered before in the podcast. So let's get some guesses in. Starting off with Jacob. Jacob, what do you got for me?
So I think next time it is either going to be just a straight up continuation of Brubaker's Captain America, or it is going to be we're going to be starting a Hulk thing that's new, but the Hulk being a returning character, like it's a new Hulk thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Like be it like Immortal Hulk or Peter David or something like that.
Okay.
For the one after that, that's going to be completely new. Hawkeye, the David Asia Hawkeye. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
okay. I mean, hey, fair. I also realized literally right now as you were saying this that Rachel and Mason already know what the new thing is because it was offered to them in their list of episodes.
Oh, I didn't. I don't remember that.
I don't know if they remember what it is. If either of you do remember what it is, I guess just don't guess for those episodes.
Tell me.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I also don't remember.
Okay, cool. All right,
I will say, you have been planning guests on this big Marvel block for a while now.
I genuinely just forgot that they already knew what the episodes were.
I will say, I can give my guess real quick because somebody else in this house is desperate to get my attention, so I do have to, like, go get that real quick, but I can give mine real fast if that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
I was just going to say, for returning, I'm going to say Captain America. Defenders, I don't know.
Defenders. Okay, interesting. And how about you, Rachel?
I don't know enough about comics to make an interesting or informed guess.
You could just throw anything at the wall.
Anything Marvel at the wall. It is Marvel. It is Marvel. It's all Marvel stuff. It's not.
Well, I suppose I will even out the returning thing by going with Jacob's Hulk suggestion. And for the new thing, I don't know much about It,
Saw some Marvel
I'll just
character out there.
yeah. To say the most like I think I'm pretty sure this is Marvel. I'm 90% sure this is not what it is, but like this is a Marvel thing that I am aware exists. um, Fourth World. That's a Marvel thing, right?
A DC thing.
Oh yeah. No, I like that. I like that. No. I like your attitude. I like where you're going with
All right,
this.
we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. All right. I'm excited to say this. With so many guesses thrown at the wall, I feel there's no better time to invoke a Luke Skywalker quote that I really, really love. It really is amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong. Every single one. I love it. I love it. It's so good. I've never won this hard before. It's amazing.
I just threw shit at the wall. Wait, I'm wrong for both? For both?
Everything. All of you are wrong on everything. Everything.
Oh, yeah.
You're all wrong on absolutely everything. It is so good. This is a great feeling. I never get this. All right. Next time on Fresh Face Comics. Next time on Fresh Face Comics. For our
hang on.
No, Jacob, you're too late. You're too late.
No. At least on the which is am I at least on the right track of continuing something or starting a new run with a previous character?
Continuing something. We're continuing something.
Okay. I think I know what it is.
Let's talk about Thor. Let's talk about Thor by Jason Aaron next time.
How many?
We're going to do the Last Days of Midgard. One episode for it. We're going to finish out the main Thor God of Thunder stuff.
So that's right before.
This will be leading us right before Jane Foster. So lots of fun stuff coming up there. The 2 episodes after that of a brand new thing. Now, for those listening, it is worth noting we decided to reveal 3 episodes literally like right before recording, essentially, because we only just realized. Jacob thought about it. I never really thought about it about the holidays coming up, and I was like, oh yeah, we probably should just reveal 3 episodes. So the 2-episode block.
It would be 2 if it wasn't for the fact that it was a 2-episode block. If it was like, let's say if it was 4 and another episode of Brubaker's Captain America, and then something different after that. Yeah. We would have done it that way.
True. But yeah, so episode 1 and 9 will be Thor: The Last Days of Midgard, and then episodes 110 and 111. We're gonna start a brand new run by a writer that is familiar to us, but very recently familiar. I think it's time to go into our first big Marvel team book. I want to talk about The New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis.
Okay.
A seminal early 2000s Marvel run that I think kind of has to be read by anyone reading any early 2000s Marvel. So let's do that. We're going to talk about first the arc that leads into the New Avengers, Avengers Disassembled. And then we're going to talk about Avengers. I think it's called New Avengers Breakout is the name of the first volume, the first proper volume. So that'll be the 2 episodes after that. So Disassembled, then Breakout. And that'll be that. So
this is technically our first Avengers episode.
It is, yes. Our first ever team book we're doing for Marvel as well, which I hadn't realized.
Second.
Civil War doesn't count. Come on.
Third.
Oh, X-Men. Duh. My God, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. Anyway, yeah. So Thor and New Avengers.
I wasn't counting Civil War, Joey, because
neither am I. So this is still only the second. So
I'm glad we had this conversation.
So that's that. Those are our next 3 episodes. That'll be the rest of this year going into the new year as well. So lots of fun stuff coming up. Be sure to be here for all of it, dear listeners. And hey, if you like us, dear listeners, be sure to check out all the things we're about to promote. Stick around for the promotions because we're going to do those promotions right now. That was my weirdest transition ever. Rachel, I know you said last time you don't have anything to promote, really. But I don't know if any that's changed. If not, let us know, I guess.
Not really, I guess.
Special Horizons not released something. I think they might or done something that you might be been a part of. Or am I thinking
maybe.
Crazy stuff? They've been releasing a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
I think they're making Doctor Who and fully public now.
So that and honestly, you had a part in that, didn't you? You had a couple parts in that.
Yeah. A little bit of writing. some voice acting. I guess I don't know. I'll promote the character of Bernice Summerfield because she and Jessica Jones are very similar, and I am thinking about this constantly.
Absolutely.
Write me that essay. Write me that essay, Rachel. Write me that essay. Get it on my desk.
Need it. Mason, anything for on your end?
I mean, I guess am I technically wait Rachel, is I can tag along with yours, right? I'm allowed to? For Doctor Who or is that something else?
Yeah, I mean you were also
okay, because I was under the impression it came out like a year ago. Confused?
Yeah, no, it's been out, but they're like all the videos were like unlisted. You could only watch them
sorry. Okay, got it. Okay, then
the whole thing. Yeah, so now
it's a choose your own adventure Doctor Who anniversary special fanfic that.
But now,
like everyone here had
but now pretty much like all the potential avenues of that story are now out there publicly. So
I think all of us had at least a small bit. I didn't do any writing, but I did a little bit of like voice work for it.
I wrote briefly. I was the 7th Doctor. It was nice. It was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, I wrote two of those, and it was so much fun. And you all should check that out.
It's true. Yeah.
He did some voice acting for a script that I co-wrote, and I did voice acting for a script that Mason wrote.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Legends supporting legends. You love to see it. Jacob, what do you have to promote?
I have my wonderful, wonderful blog, which here's a terrible problem. If we were doing this in advance, there's at least one Doctor Who book review up of The Sons of Koresh, which I am currently reading now. If you're lucky, a Star Wars book review. It's going to depend on when I get the book in, because it's on hold and hasn't shown up yet. And I have been reviewing Star Trek The Next Generation for the first time. Now, at the time of this releasing, I will have just put out my review on an episode called The Price, which I have been told is bad.
Oh man. Likewise, I am also reviewing Star Trek Next Generation along with my brother in video reviews that you can find here on Blood Donut Studios on the YouTube channel. We have our video review out for The Enemy right now, but if you're on patreon.com/Blood Donut Studios, you can get early access to our next review for the aforementioned The Price. The Enemy is a great episode, The Price is not. Check out both reviews because they elicit some very different reactions. I also talk briefly about foot fetishes in our review of The Price, and you can check that out there on Patreon. If you need a reason to check out our Patreon, that's the one, man. That's the one. Otherwise, on Patreon, you get all kinds of fun things like the aforementioned early Star Trek reviews, exclusive Star Trek commentaries. We're going through Star Trek the Original Series again. Me and my brother, we're watching through all those. You can get the full uncut commentaries of those at the time of this coming out. Our last one was The Conscience of the King, and next week we have Balance of Terror coming up. They come out on the opposite Mondays of Fresh Face Comics, so if you are at the Lieutenant tier on our Patreon, you get new stuff every single Monday. They alternate between Star Trek commentaries and Fresh Face Extras. They're opposite Mondays. They work out very nicely. And that's, of course, in addition to the early Trek reviews. And like I said, if you're on any of that, there's the General Support tier. It's the Cadet tier. It's $1 a month. It gets your name down in the description of every video we put out. It'll be the first thing that people see when they go down there to the description. They'll see your name. They'll see that you're a cool person. They'll want to be a cool person too, and they'll join the Patreon. That's how it works. Also, check out on Blood Donut Studios R2BD. It's our Star Wars show that we do, me and my brother. At the time of this coming out, we have recently put out a video review of Last Flight of the Harbinger. It's our latest review of the Star Wars comics by Jason Aaron. It's volume 4 of that. Great arc. Afterwards, we are going into the final volume of Darth Vader by Kieran Gillen, End of Games. Another really fun volume. Some great strictly visual storytelling in there that I'm a huge fan of. Love what Kieran Gillen did with that last volume. Afterwards, we're going to be doing a review of Darth Plagueis, so lots of fun, exciting things coming up for R2BD. Me and my brother have never read Darth Plagueis before, and I just started it recently. Great book so far. I know it's not a hot take, but still, it's worth noting. Also on the channel, there's Fresh Face One Shots, where me and Jacob talk about the current comics coming out. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Trinity Daughter of Wonder Woman, the spinoff of Wonder Woman, as well as Batman by Matt Fraction, DCKO, the current DC event, and The Unbreakable X-Men by Gail Simone, which is currently replacing the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. Uncanny will be back in January. Unbreakable has one more issue to come out. The first issues of it have been great. Just beyond my expectations of what anything Age of Revelation could have possibly have been. All that said, I think that actually does it. Our link trees are down below. Our socials, anywhere you want to follow us, it can be followed down below. Otherwise, wherever you're listening to us on, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc., be sure to leave a rating, comment, subscribe. Anything you comment on will be read out on Fresh Face Correspondence on the next episode. Even if you are late to that, it'll be read out on the episode after that. We read out everything, unless, of course, we get to a point where there's literally too many comments to read out, at which point we may have to start cutting things out. But as it stands, if you comment on something, it'll probably be on the show. I think that does it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, Blooded Studios. Any support means the absolute world to us. Thank you all so much for listening. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan,
Jacob Licklider,
Mason,
And Rachel.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.